The honourable member for Calgary-Fish Creek.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This government has embraced Dr. Dodge's recommendations for economic stimulus. Infrastructure spends can be cost-effective and impactful if effectively implemented during a downturn. However, given the epic failure of the much-touted one-job plan and now the bill about nothing, it would appear this government is relying solely on deficit-funded infrastructure to create unsustainable short-term employment.
Agreed.
To the Minister of Infrastructure, specifically, how many of the 27,000 jobs promised to Albertans will be directly or indirectly created by the infrastructure plan?
Good question.
Very much, Mr. Speaker.
Infrastructure Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the current expenditures that are under discussion in the Assembly relative to an increase of 15% over previous government's capital spending will produce at least 10,000 new jobs, Mr. Speaker. It will also preserve many more jobs that might otherwise be lost.
Supplemental.
16,999 to go. Mr. Speaker, given that agriculture, forestry and tourism are key sectors that need your support in order to successfully expand and diversify the economy, and given that development and implementation of concrete strategies and tactics is integral to maintaining and growing markets, to the Minister of Economic Development, what specific initiatives, if any, are you currently, and I mean today, already driving forward in order to support and stimulate export growth and market expansion?
Minister of Economic Development.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and I'll thank the member for the important question. Just this morning, I was in Calgary, actually at the Glenmore Fabricators facility, and announcing our $75 million capital investment tax credit, which, quite frankly, Mr. Speaker, is going to result in thousands of jobs. We anticipate about $700 million worth of revenue coming in, investment coming in. This is going to have a significant impact on communities throughout the province, quite frankly, Mr. Speaker. That is one initiative. Earlier this week, I announced the investor tax credit. We have the infrastructure minister with his $34 billion.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Second supplemental.
Mr. Speaker, it seems to me announcements and action are two separate things with this government.
Agreed.
Given that Alberta's non-energy GDP at $271 billion still ranks as Canada's third largest economy, and given that this government seems intent on purposefully damaging our key economic engine to make the non-energy slices of the pie appear artificially more successful, again to the same minister, what specific initiatives are you driving forward to diversify the economy? What indicators are you measuring? And where can Albertans view the results?
Good question.
Minister of Economic Development.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. And listen, there's one party in this House that made a whole bunch of announcements that they couldn't back up, and it's quite clear where that came from. Quite frankly, Mr. Speaker, we're not only committing, we have an Alberta Jobs Plan, and we are acting, Mr. Speaker. To the member's question, he will be able to look at my ministry's website as far as tracking outcomes. But I can tell the member, not only are we investing in jobs and supporting our job creators here in the province, we're also working at getting a pipeline both east and west, something that the previous government failed to do.